We are on Keilim Perek Yud Mishnah Hey, 5th Mishnah in the 17th chapter of Masechet Keilim. So now we're going to enter a really fascinating section of this chapter that's going to talk about sort of standardization of measurements. So remember we said Motzi Rimon, that Kli Shinika, but Motzi Rimon Tahor. If you have a Kli that was punctured to the point where a pomegranate can fall out, then it's no longer Tameh. So the question is, what kind of pomegranate? There are all kinds of pomegranate, big pomegranate, small pomegranate. When you get to Israel, there's like dates. Is it a majhul date, a small date, a big olive, a small olive? This is a really big problem. Nowadays, we live in an area of standards. You can tell me exactly how many centimeters or how many inches this screen is, or we have exact standards of weights and measures. Every government has a Bureau of Weights and Measures. How would you know? Like, a really interesting question. How would you know how big something is, how long it is? Says the Mishnah. Harimon Shamru. We talk about that pomegranate we talked about. Lo katan. V'lo gadol, ela benuni. It's not big, not small, not big, but a medium pomegranate. That's not your biggest one, not your smallest one. It's the average one. It's interesting. I assume they knew what an average pomegranate looked like. V'lama huskuru rimune Badan. So there was this place called Badan, and everybody knew about the Chazal. Somehow had always mentioned rimune Badan. I'm not familiar with rimune, the pomegranates, but it's like, I guess I said, you're like majhul dates. It's very, very well known here. Or I don't know, like certain kind of breads of, kutzat yavne pickles. You know what I'm saying? Like classic pickles in America. Why did they mention rimene Badan? Shu mekadshin kolshen. Mekadshin in this context, that any amount of them would be mekadesh. But mekadesh here means if they're mixed in an appropriate mixture, then each pomegranate is a significant item so that it's not batel. Divrei Rabbi Meir, says Rabbi Meir. Shu mekadshim she'im echad mirimone Badan shel orla. If a Rimon Badan of Orla means it was in its first 3 years, or Klai Hakerem, it was a Rimon that had become Klaim with the vineyard. Arivim Elef Rimonim Shalet, it became mixing with 1,000 are permitted, or 1,000,000, whatever. Nitkadshu Kula Venesum. Nitkadshu, this context means they became prohibited. Masha Enkein B'Rimonim Shasham Kamod. It wasn't true of other Rimonim. These were like beautiful rimonim. They were devarim chashuvim, and you can see there are definitely certain kinds of fruits from certain kind of places. You buy that, you're like, oh, you got me that fruit, and then each one is significant, and therefore it's not batel, it's not negated. Can't be batel in a majority or even 1,000. Rabbi Yochanan ben Nuri says, Rabbi Yochanan, no, it's not because of that. L'sha'er be'emet ha'kelim, exactly what we said, because they became the standard. Everybody knew what the size of rimunei bada'an was, because we said, that's how you decide how big the hole is in order to see if the kli is mekabel tumarna. Rabbi Kiva says, l'kachu izkuru. They were for both. L'shai be'emet ha'kelim, to evaluate the size of the holes in the kelim, v'yumekachim koshim, and also that if they got mixed in with if that prohibited rimon got mixed in with other rimonim, then the whole mixture was prohibited. Rabbi Yosef says, no. Lo huzkuru rimonei bada'an v'chatzirei geva. Okay, the rimonim of Badan and chatzirim of Geva. Chatzir is all kinds of different produce. So look at the Wikipedia for a second. Susha mispo, it's a kind of grain that's mazon gas. It's grain, or it's grains or legumes or grasses. Chatzir, or meaning the place Geva was this place where everything grew wonderfully. Ela shumit asrim vaday b'chol makom. Rather that they would take off ma'asrot vaday, not safek. What's going on here? This is the Bar Tunura. Geva, Badan Geva are two places shall kutim him. Okay, first of all, let's finish the Bartudura. Okay, the produce, and the pomegranates of those places, were recognized. Why? Kutei vadai lo ma'asre, because kutim, they would take off ma'asrot for themselves, but they would not take off ma'asrot for anything they're selling for someone else. Okay. They weren't afraid of lifnei iver lo tidei michshol. They're like, your problem. If you want to take off masor, do it on your own. Okay? Hilkach mit asin vadai b'chol makom. Normally, we learned in Masechet Demai. There's a whole thing called Demai. Demai is if I buy somebody from something for someone, and he might have taken off truma to masrot, so I have to take off more because of the truma in it, not because of the masrot. But here he's saying, but from Bada'an and Geva, we know for sure it's not Demai, it's Vadai. They didn't have to take off Ma'asrot, Trumot Ma'asrot, and stuff that they didn't sell, that they sold. And therefore, if you got a pomegranate from Badan, a bunch of pomegranates, then you would have to take off not only the Trumot, like Demai, but also Ma'asrot, because it's because Masvin Vadai, because they definitely didn't do it for you. Just I looked it up. Okay, if you want to look up, there's a Rimune Badan. Badan is a place near the Shomron, Ir Badan, okay, near Har Kavir. Today it's near Elon Moreh. So if you ever go to Elon Moreh, ask them if they have Rimone Badan. We'll stop here. Dedicate our learning to memory of my father, of Simcha ben Yitzchak Kalman. Make it a great day.